I have a few more tips for you related to job and internship searching. And these, I think, are some of the more active ones that I think are very important as you continue to build um, your opportunities, not just for this job, but really for your professional career. So the first thing I want you to do is think about developing a schedule and a routine for your job search. Thinking about what time of day generally does it make the most sense for me to work on my job search? Am I more motivated to do it first thing in the morning or after class or late at night? Everybody's a little bit different in their rhythm and what feels good and productive for them. So, first thing, find that productive time and pencil it in on your schedule. Please make sure that you are, you know, putting enough time, but not too much time. You are very busy with classes and maybe a job as well, and then other activities that you have on campus. All of those things are important. So, job searching, internship searching is part of that, but you got to make time for the other things too. So, definitely, I think scheduling really important. Stick to it. The other thing that you've really got to do is kind of narrow down what types of roles are you looking for? Are you looking for software? Are you looking for software and machine learning? Try not to make it five different things, right? A couple of different interest areas, good, because it's some flexibility, but it can get away from you very quickly because the other thing that you have to do is customize those applications. And so, if you've got more variety in the types of roles you're applying for, then that individual customization is going to be more challenging. So then I also think you need to think about what are the ways I can customize this. Do I need to rearrange things for machine learning versus software? Do I need to switch out some projects, switch out some internship duties based upon what type of role I'm applying for example? And then making sure when you're setting up that scheduling that you're also thinking about, hey, I got to have some time to do some leak code practice and pair up with a friend to ask each other some questions so I can not just do the coding piece, but also practicing that talking about how I'm going to solve that problem piece. So that's very important and a little bit different. And then networking. So, one of the things that I'm going to recommend for you today is how to leverage and expand your network. So, ideally, you're meeting people here on campus. You've gone to career fairs this fall, you've gone to company information sessions or visited them in the atrium when they stop by or at club meetings. Great ways for you to connect with companies. But there's a lot of other people in our local community who are doing the type of work that you want to do. And they're working at the types of companies where you want to work. And they're connected to other people who also share your interests. So, this is a great way to expand your network beyond just LinkedIn, right? When you meet somebody face to face, when you share a cup of coffee or a beer with them at a social event, then you can really make a different kind of connection than you can just online. So, I've got a link here that's going to show you a whole list of groups locally here in the Triangle that are based upon the type of work, the type of interest that you might have. So take a look at this list and choose some of the ones that might make sense for you to attend, and you can learn more about that by looking at their sites directly. So this is really important. Okay, so whether you're meeting somebody in person or online, there's a few rules to introductions. And I think these three guidelines or these three questions can really help you know how to get started. So basically, you're going to say, I am, I do, I'm seeking, and depending upon the context, how much information you're going to share, right? So, LinkedIn, of course, I think probably a lot of you are doing that right now. So, looking at some of the context here, maybe you saw somebody post something on LinkedIn that was really fascinating, or maybe you did an individual search on them. They're an alum that works at a particular company of interest. You want to reach out to them. So, the first thing to do is tell them why you're reaching out. And hopefully it's something that's going to make them feel good, right? Whenever they read that information that you sent over. And then you start into your introduction. I am Leslie. I am a counselor at NC State, right? I am seeking alumni to volunteer for my mock interview program, right? That would be what I would say. You need to come up with your own. What are you seeking? And a lot of times when you're first introducing yourself, you don't want to ask for a job, right? You want to ask for something that's an easy ask for them. So I'm looking for more information on, the best ways to apply for software engineering roles at your company, more information about the interview process, um, skills and classes that might be highly valued by your organization. Make it an easy ask, okay? These are some samples, ways you can go about it. So I'll let you pause and read through these at your leisure, but we've got just some samples there that you can take a look at, because I know it's awkward whenever you're trying to introduce yourself. Definitely with LinkedIn, I really encourage you to follow companies, to join groups, and that way your feed is going to be curated to the types of content that you want, and you're going to get some notifications. You also can contribute to conversation. So when you see somebody discussing something related to your domain area, you can comment on that and share your own thoughts and ideas and, compliment what they're doing. So it's a good way to keep the conversation moving, other than things like just commenting for better reach. What do you have to add to that discussion? This is a good way for you to show up in somebody else's feed and for you to connect with new people. And of course, you can always share your own content as well. You read things, you see things, you do things all the time that are interesting and are probably interesting to other people in your field. So you can also post your original content. If you go to something that's really cool, like a conference, take some photos, talk about your experience, tag the organization. These are great ways to get more exposure on your profile. And these are just some more examples of content that you can post, because this is really important for you to do as well. You definitely want to leverage those conversations as a way to make connections, not just applying through the job board. When those people that you become connected with, they're going to post about opportunities that might not be on LinkedIn Jobs. Maybe they're only on their company page. You're getting that connection. Okay, at a meetup event, this is the last one here. So if you do get brave and go to some of those local organizations that I shared with you earlier, the introduction needs to be just a little bit different, right? And so here's some things that you can do when you're introducing yourself for those types of events. Lots of information here on the slides. I'm going to circle back to those so that you can pull those up again. And thanks so much for joining. I hope that you have found the session useful. I do want to pull up the slides here. You can see the URL and the QR code so that you can go through these, find all the links yourself, and reach out to us if you have additional questions. Take care.